What is the perfect warm-up for max strength days? Again, I could probably do a seminar on this entire topic. One of my first conversations with the lay physio, Andrew Locke, was basically, how do I just become the strongest human that ever lived, And he basically said, 1 out of every 100 people that come into that door don't need to warm up because everything's executing perfectly. Their glutes are on, their abs are on, and they're just super athletes. The other 99 that walk through the door, they must do certain warm-ups so they don't get injured, so the correct muscles are activating. So it depends on what you want to do. If you are squatting, you will warm up your glutes and you will squat. You will squat. Perfect technique. Your form will not break down, no matter how many repetitions you will do. It sort of depends on a few different factors, but I know personally, if I do 1,000 band pull-aparts with a clam, which I may have done a couple of times when I'm driving, I can just walk into the gym and squat heavy. Other days, if I'm upset or angry or something like that, I might not warm up, and it can be a little bit silly. I can put myself at risk of injury, but as long as I do enough lighter weight sets in the workout, I'm usually okay. But I've been squatting heavy every week for as long as I can remember. That's why I can get away with it. But if you're if you're a novice lifter, I'd recommend warming up every workout. You need to do at least 2 sets of 2 of glute activations for a squat. Most people would probably do some kind of ab work too, like planking or side planking. Not everyone. You probably need to be assessed too. You probably need to, understand what your weaknesses are. And those activation exercises that I've done on my channel, if you're not good at one or you really hate doing one, that is probably the one that you need to do the most of. But yeah, personally, to stay injury free, I like to warm up every workout. If you're doing a warm up that's one-legged and you can't stand one-legged, basically, your pelvis needs stabilization. The muscles surrounding your hip need to be switching on. They're not switching on. So that's what you need to do more of. Potentially, if one side is way weaker than the other side, you need to do an extra 1 to 2 sets per workout on your weaker side until the weakness, it'll never align entirely 100% correct, but you should correct it to get better. And yeah, try and be as symmetrical as possible with your body. I don't even know what half my warm-ups are called that I do. But I do variations of clam, leg lifts lying on the ground like that. I do hip thrusts. I do band pull-aparts with a straight back. I do them lying down with my feet on the ground. I also do them laying on a bench with my feet out. I think they're called frog clams or something along those lines. I do bird dogs. I do for abs, the fitball one where you go like that. I do side planking. I do side planking with leg raises sometimes too, without getting too exotic. That's most of my warm-up routine there.